Hello, I am Mr. Fix-It from ES Repair. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your new computer. This one, as you can see, is from Hewlett-Packard. It's HP, and it's still in the box. And I'm going to show you on how to set up the new computer. And you want to make sure that when you get the box, or before you purchase the box, you want to make sure all the details. For instance, if you look on this side here, you'll notice that it has information about the computer. Now, this information will tell you about what the computer has. For instance, it's going to tell you it's got an Intel Celeron processor, and it's also going to tell you how much memory is installed, which in this case is 4 gigabytes. It also shows that it has 64 gigabytes of eMCC. And that is one of the things I'm going to talk to you about in the videos coming up for this computer. Now, you'll also notice that it also says Windows 10 in S mode. Now, there has been a lot of you out there who's been complaining about the Windows 10 S mode. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get out of the Windows 10 S mode. Now, when you open the box, you want to make sure that you have everything that comes to it. You got the computer, you got the styrofoam to help keep it in place, and you also have the power adapter. So when you get these boxes, you want to make sure that you do get everything before you do anything else. Now, retailers do oftentimes will give you like a 14 or a 15-day grace period for return items. So before you do anything else, you want to make sure that everything is in here. Now, once you have it out of the box, you want to make sure that you do keep the box. Now, these computers do come with a 1-year warranty. Now, if you get like a recertified or a refurbished computer, you would have to check with the retailer and the manufacturer to see what kind of warranty it will have. Most of those can have anywhere between a 30-day and a 90-day warranty, so you want to be sure that you check in on the warranty before you buy the product. Now, a lot of people don't like or don't trust the recertified or refurbished conditions of a computer. The truth about them is all they are devices that were sent back to the manufacturer to have a problem or a defect replaced. Sometimes it's a hinge. Sometimes it's a motherboard or a faulty hard drive. It just depends on what the problem is. And what they do is to try to get some money out of the product, then they will recertify it and then resell it. Now, they work just as good as a new computer. The warranty on them will vary. It depends on the retailer that you get it from and the manufacturer as to what kind of a warranty they're going to put on it. Now, when you take this out, you want to make sure that you have all the paperwork. You have the setup instructions that shows you how to set it up. You have information about the warranty that you get with the computer. You want to make sure that you do read over this. It has all the information about what their warranty will cover. Now, if you get some kind of a second protection plan, then you want to be sure that you read over the terms and conditions of that protection plan. Most of those plans do cover things such as accidents like liquid damage, cracked screens, things of that nature. Now, they do run concurrent with the current manufacturer's warranty that's on the computer. If it turns out to be a defect in the computer because of the manufacturing process, then most likely the warranty will take over and not your protection plan. However, if you do happen to damage your computer, then your protection plan will cover it. Now, you have the questions about the product. You want to make sure that you read over this. This will have a lot of the frequently asked questions about this particular product. Over here, you want to make sure that you get the paperwork. Oftentimes, this will tell you about how this computer is going to work. Now, because this has a very limited space on the hard drive, This gives you information of what to expect and how you can resolve any kind of issues during the Windows update. So you want to make sure you have everything. You also get the power supply unit. You do want to make sure that you get that and the cord to power it. These are specifically designed for the laptop, so you want to make sure that you do get those. Any product material like your boxes, the plastic, you want to keep them for as long as you have a warranty on this computer. If anything was to happen that you have to file a claim, whether it's the warranty by the manufacturer or the retailer's protection plan, then this box can be used to ship it back or whatever it needs to do to get it repaired. You can easily just remove the styrofoam, and you want to be very careful not to drop it. And as you can see, it's got the plastic around it. It's kind of like an anti-static plastic. It's to prevent static buildup. Just easy, and you want to keep the plastic and everything in case you have to send it back or in case you have to do a warranty claim. Now, the first thing you want to do before you get started is that you want to check everything about this laptop. And I mean everything. Because if you're going to buy a laptop and you're going to spend a lot of money on these things, then you want to get the most out of it. You don't want it damaged. You don't want it scratched up. You don't want a crack in it. You don't want no missing parts. Always check this, because if you wait past your 14-day or 15-day grace period, depending on the retailer, then you're lost on that account. When you first plug them in, you want to make sure that you locate the charge port, and you want to plug everything in to the outlet and then plug it into the computer. Now, once you plug it in, I don't know if you can see this or not, but you should see a little orange light come on, oftentimes beside the charging port. Now, your computer may vary. It may be in the front, or if you lift the lid, it may be somewhere on the keyboard to let you know that it is receiving power. Now, you want to go ahead and leave this plugged in, and when it's finished charging, this light will turn white. You want to make sure that you do read the instructions for the setup. Now, it gives you all the information, all the key parts of the computer. It shows you about where to plug it in. First steps you need to do is plug it in, let it charge, as we showed a while ago. It shows you all the parts, your webcam, your keys. It also shows information about which port is which, what they're identified as. It also shows you how to set it up, get it connected to the internet. It also shows information as to how to do other setups and things like that, such as warranty information, documents about the computer, and so forth. Now, if you flip it over, you're going to find some more information. The information here gives you the basic icons of Windows 10 and what the icons mean. Over here, it also gives you information about the touchpad. Now, this will show you the gestures that this touchpad responds to. Now, keep in mind that some applications do not respond to all the gestures that the touchpad can recognize. Some of the features work with sub-models that have touchscreen capabilities, and it will identify which ones are identified using the touchscreen. Now, it also gives you information about how to locate the system information, how the feedback about the document, was it informative, did it answer your questions. That way, you know, if they need to redo it or add something to it that should be there, then the next version that they release will have that information. If you need support, it'll also list the support information on how to contact them. It also gives you other information about the warranties and what will cover, what will not cover. So when you get your computer, you want to make sure that you do go over this completely, and this will reduce a lot of frustration when you're setting these up. Now once it boots up, you're going to come to the first screen that you see here. This is the first part of the setup. What you'll do, look in the lower left, and you're going to see the ease of access. If you need to turn certain features on, like narrator or filter keys, things like that, then you can use this icon to do so. You also have a microphone, so you can talk to Cortana. You can either turn it on or turn it off. She'll react to voice commands. This right here is going to ask you to set up your region. This is to know how to set up the computer according to which region that you're in. I'm going to show the United States, which is set by default. Now on the lower right, you'll see the speaker. Now if you need to, during this setup process, you can always use the speaker and adjust the volume if it's too loud or too soft so you can hear it better. Now once you've selected your region, choose yes. Now right now it wants to know the correct keyboard layout. By default it's going to show US because that was the region I showed. Now you can choose any keyboard layout that you need depending on your needs. Once you've selected, choose yes. Now this allows you to add a secondary keyboard layout. So if you need to use a keyboard layout for, say, a different region, you can have it set up to where you can switch between two different layouts. If you do not require a secondary layout, just choose skip. Now the next thing it's going to ask you to do is connect to your Wi-Fi, or if you have an Ethernet connection, then your computer will automatically connect. Now what you'll do is you need to have two things. You need to know the name of your Wi-Fi network, and you will also need to know the password to the Wi-Fi network. What you'll do is select the network you need, which in this case is going to be ES Repair. It's going to have the option to connect automatically. You want to make sure the box check mark is in the box. Now if you don't have internet yet, then you can go down here in the lower left and select I don't have internet, and then it will skip the process for the time being. But you will need to have internet access in order to install updates. Once you've selected your network name, choose connect. Now it wants to know what the password is. Now if the computer calls it the network security key, but it wants to know the password, it's the same thing. Any device that's using your wireless network uses the same password. So you'll enter the password and then choose next. Now once it has connected, you should see connected and secured. This is to ensure that your connection is secure and you do have internet access. Now if you do need to change properties, which I will go through later on, properties will allow you to change the rules and limitations to your internet connection. This comes in handy especially if you have a limited data plan. And then anytime that you need to disconnect, you have the option here to disconnect. Now once you've completed this task, click next. Next screen that you're going to come to is the Windows 10 license agreement. Now this agreement identifies as to your agreement to their license and how you can use this license for your Windows 10 operating system. Now you want to be sure that you do go through it because it does have important information as to how information is used during this license and your rights for using this license. So be sure that you do read it and understand it, and then you can click accept. The next screen is going to have you to sign in with a Microsoft account. Now if you do not have one, you can also create an account by clicking create account here at the bottom. Now you have privacy and cookies in the lower left, terms of use. This is the conditions that allow you to use this license for the operating system. And if you need to, you can click learn more to learn more about how this account works. Go ahead and sign into your Microsoft account. The next screen, once you have signed in, then it will bring you to this screen, create a PIN. Now this is for a lot of you who don't want to have to remember that long password. You can simply use a PIN number. It's similar to using your debit card or your credit card at an ATM machine. You just type in your personal identification number. Normally you could just use a PIN number. You can use anywhere between, I believe, 4 to 8 digits. If you want to, you can also add letters to it, which is fine. It's not required if you want to keep it simple. For instance, I'm just going to use a basic PIN. Once you have set up your PIN, click OK. The next screen that you'll come to allows you to do stuff across devices with activity history. What this does is it allows you to be able to work with documents and files from one device to another. If you go from, say, your laptop over to your desktop, then this will allow you to choose the activity history, and it will allow you to continue your work on another device. Now, if you want to learn more about this feature, all you have to do is click Learn More in the lower left-hand corner, and it will show you more information about how this software works. If you don't want to do it, you could choose No. If you want to, then you could choose Yes. The next feature that it comes to is to allow you to get instant access to your Android phone's photos, text, notifications, and more. What this feature will do is to sync or link to either your iPhone or to your Android phone, so you can receive messages on your computer to let you know when you get a notification or if you get a text message. You can also access your pictures and stuff on your phone, all through the computer. Now what it's going to do is it's going to place your phone number. If you already have a Microsoft account, it's going to put your phone number that's on the account in the box. If you want to put a different number for your cell phone, you can put that number in there too. Now if you don't want to set this part up, or you can go over here to choose Do It Later, or you can choose Next. The next screen is going to be for OneDrive. Here you can back up your files with OneDrive. Now I have done videos as to what file history and things, how OneDrive works. Any documents, pictures, anything on your desktop, everything gets synchronized to OneDrive, or it gets copied to OneDrive. It allows you to access your data from any device, whether it's a phone, another computer, a tablet. You're able to access any file, picture, documents, anything on OneDrive. Now, if you do not currently want to set it up, you can choose Only Save Files to This PC. Now, for information about privacy, you also have a link here that you could choose to read about the privacy information. If you want to go ahead and set it up, you can choose Next. For this purpose, I'm only going to show Only Save Files to This PC. For some, you may have noticed that Office 365 was bundled with your computer. Now, it don't give you any kind of key code or anything like that. It's part of the operating system. This is something that your manufacturer had set up for you. So all you have to do is go ahead and set it up. Again, if you have questions about the privacy, you do have the link here in the lower left. If you want to go ahead and set it up, then you can choose Yes, or if you do not want to set it up at this time, you can choose No. And for Katana, she's going to be your digital assistant. She'll help you manage your time, help you get your things done, and she'll also help you stay connected. It comes in handy if you have calendars, appointments, contacts. She will help you find anything on your computer. If you need help finding something, she will help you find it, whether it's a setting or a file or a folder. She can help you find it. Next, we have the choose privacy settings for the device. Now what this is it wants to know what information you're going to allow shared to Microsoft. First thing you see is the online speech recognition. What this does is it records information about your voice and how Cortana or the operating system recognizes your speech. This is to help improve speech recognition with Cortana and other apps on the operating system that uses speech recognition. Find My Device will allow you to turn on Find My Device app. This is to help you find your computer or your tablet if for some reason it gets lost or you can't find it. This will help you find it. Ink and typing. This is for if you have a pen for like touchscreens or typing, and this allows it to interact with data to send information about how the inking and typing work and see if there's any improvement. A lot of times when you're writing and stuff, it recognizes words as you write them using the touchscreen and a pen. This is to help improve that function. Advertising ID. I know a lot of you don't like the advertisements. I mean, who do? The advertising ID, what this does is it gives you a specific identification. Now what this does is it kind of keeps track of your shopping habits, web pages that you look for, things that you shop. And what this does is instead of just showing you random ads, this will be designed to show you relevant ads that would be interested to you. Because if they can find an ad that would be relative to what you like or what your interests are, then you're more apt into buying that product. This is what the advertising ID does. Next we have location. There are some applications that do use this feature, such as the weather uses this feature. Maps will use this feature to get an idea of what your location is for, say, displaying the weather or displaying the map to show where you're currently located. Now you can turn this off if you'd like, or you could turn it on. You also can pick which applications can use the location. We have diagnostic data. If your computer or the operating system runs into some kind of a problem, if it crashed or if an application fails to function or there's a problem with an update feature, this will allow the system to send anonymous data to Microsoft to help troubleshoot the cause of the problem so they can send out a fix for it. Send any kind of personal information. It only relates to the system as to the problem that it had and notified Microsoft so they can come up with a fix for it. We also have tailored experiences. Now what this does is it's based on the diagnostic data that it's been sent. Now it can be either basic or full. Tailored experiences just means that it's personalized tips, ads, and recommendations to enhance the Microsoft products and services for your needs. Now this one you can leave on. It's not going to bother anything. It's just to make sure everything is customized just for you for what you need on this computer. If you need more information about these privacy settings, you can simply just choose Learn More and it will tell you more information about these options. Once you have made your selections, choose Accept. The next screen that you see is to register and protect your new computer. Now, depending on your computer, whether it's an open box or recertified or refurbished, or even if it's a brand new computer, you need to register the computer in order for any kind of warranty to take effect. This way, if you do have a claim with a computer, then this could show that this is a computer that you registered under your name. So go ahead and fill out the information with your first name, your last name, the region you're in, and an email address. On the next screen, this is the selection to choose what HP in this case will be allowed to use about this computer. Once you have completed the initial setup, you're going to come to this window. This is the Microsoft Edge. I've been through over this before when I introduced you to Windows 10. Right here, it's going to show you some tips and shows you all the things that you can do with this version of Windows. Now, depending on your configuration, especially for your Microsoft account, as you can see, this is not your normal desktop. Now, this is from my other computers because you can synchronize your backgrounds and settings from one computer to your other. Well, this concludes this video. I've shown you how to set up your new computer. It doesn't matter if it's a refurbished, recertified, or a open box, or if it's brand new. They're all going to work the same. You do have different warranties, so be sure you read up on that to find out what rights you have and what is covered under the warranties. Now, the next thing I want to show you in another video is how to get your computer out of S mode. So stay tuned and I will get that up as soon as I can. I'm your host, Mr. Fix-It. Thank you for watching.